Mr. Stag here. Everyone loves a flashy billionaire or a hyped-up crypto launch. But what if I told you that one of the longest surviving, most used cryptocurrencies in the world was created in a cubicle by a quiet Google engineer? No ICO, no celebrity endorsements, just clean, efficient code and a dream. This is the story of Litecoin, the silver to Bitcoin's gold. A digital currency that didn't try to change the world overnight, but quietly earned a permanent place in the crypto economy. With thousands of altcoins having come and gone, Litecoin still processes billions in transactions every year. But what is it about Litecoin that helped it endure? How did Charlie Lee become one of the most controversial and respected figures in crypto? And if you had put $1,000 into Litecoin back when it launched, where would you be today? Let's dive into one of the most underrated sagas in blockchain history. Before altcoins flooded the crypto markets, before NFTs, meme tokens, and multi-billion-dollar DAOs, there was Litecoin. And before Litecoin, there was Charlie Lee, a soft-spoken computer scientist, a former Googler, and the unlikely creator of one of the most enduring cryptocurrencies of all time. Born in the Ivory Coast to Chinese parents, Charlie Lee moved to the United States when he was 13. He excelled academically, eventually graduating from MIT with both a bachelor's and a master's degree in electrical engineering and computer science. Lee didn't have the showmanship of Elon Musk or the mysterious aura of Satoshi Nakamoto, but he had something else: quiet conviction. By 2011, Bitcoin was still very much a fringe experiment, but it had captured the attention of technologists, libertarians, and a few savvy speculators. Charlie Lee, working at Google at the time, was among them. At Google, he helped build products like Chrome OS and YouTube Mobile, projects with billions of users. But behind the scenes, something was tugging at him: Bitcoin. He was fascinated, not just by the idea of digital money, but by the deeper promise of decentralization. Still, Bitcoin had clear flaws: long transaction times, scalability issues, and growing centralization among miners. So Lee, with no intention of starting a crypto revolution, began tinkering. At nights between Google projects, he studied Bitcoin's source code obsessively. He wasn't trying to get rich. In fact, he already had a comfortable tech salary. What he wanted was to build something better, something more efficient and accessible. Litecoin was born not from greed, but from elegance. He envisioned it as the silver to Bitcoin's gold, a digital currency optimized for speed and ease of use. Where Bitcoin took around 10 minutes to confirm a transaction, Litecoin would take 2.5. It would be easier to mine, thanks to a different algorithm called Script, which made it more accessible to average users instead of just massive mining farms, a larger total supply, 84 million versus 21 million. These weren't random tweaks. They were decisions designed to make Litecoin more practical for daily transactions, while still upholding decentralization and security. And perhaps most importantly, it was fair. No ICO, no pre-mine, no hype. Charlie launched Litecoin in October 2011 with complete transparency. He didn't gift himself a treasure chest of tokens. He didn't pump it on Twitter. He just released it, open source, for the world to use. Within days, it started gaining traction. From 2013 to 2017, Litecoin grew steadily, especially during Bitcoin's bull markets. It became known as the silver to Bitcoin's gold, not a competitor, but a complement. While other altcoins were launching with flashy ICOs and celebrity backers, Litecoin stuck to its humble, no-frills ethos. No aggressive marketing, no foundation with massive token reserves, just clean code, fast transactions, and a reliable network. By 2017, Litecoin hit a major milestone: the first major crypto to implement SegWit, segregated witness, a key upgrade to improve block efficiency. In fact, it served as the testbed before Bitcoin adopted it. Later that year, it made history again, completing the first ever Lightning Network transaction, buying a cup of coffee in San Francisco. The market rewarded this progress. In December 2017, Litecoin's price hit an all-time high of over $360, and its market cap soared past $25 billion. But behind the scenes, Charlie Lee was preparing for the most controversial move of his life. On December 20th, 2017, Charlie Lee tweeted that he had sold all his Litecoin. He claimed it was to avoid a conflict of interest, as he had too much influence over the price of a coin he often tweeted about. But many in the community felt betrayed. Was it the top? Yes, the price plummeted after. Critics accused him of abandoning the project. He insisted he didn't. In fact, he said, selling gave him the freedom to work on Litecoin without the pressure of personal gain. But the damage to Litecoin's reputation was real. Trust in Li and in Litecoin's future took a hit. Over the next year, Litecoin would lose over 90% of its value as the crypto market entered a brutal winter. Charlie stayed active, working on privacy upgrades, like Mimblewimble integration and merchant adoption, but the spark was gone for many. It would take years for Litecoin to regain its momentum. In the 2020s, while the crypto spotlight shifted to Ethereum, Solana, NFTs and meme coins, Litecoin took on a different role, the reliable old workhorse. By 2023, Litecoin had processed over 1 million transactions in a single day, thanks to its fast, low-fee structure. But beyond payments, Litecoin also pushed forward on new frontiers: privacy. Through the optional Mimblewimble extension block, Litecoin added opt-in privacy, a rare move among legacy coins. Security. With over 3,000 nodes and consistent hash power, Litecoin remains one of the most secure blockchains. Merchant adoption. Litecoin is accepted at thousands of merchants, often via BitPay or other crypto gateways. AI-ready infrastructure. As blockchain-based AI solutions evolve, Litecoin's high-speed, low-latency network is being explored as a payment rail for decentralized AI computation, particularly in edge-based applications. Litecoin also benefits from network effect. Being listed on nearly every exchange, compatible with every wallet, and integrated in payment processors, ensures it remains relevant, even without the hype. And Charlie, still active, still coding, still championing Litecoin's mission from behind the scenes. If you had invested $1,000 in Litecoin at its price of 3 cents in late 2011, you'd have received approximately 33,333 LTC. At its all-time high in December 2017 of $360, that investment would have been worth over $12 million. As of mid-2025, with LTC trading around $75, that $1,000 would still be worth about $2.5 million, even without reinvesting or holding through the highs. Unlike many other coins from the early 2010s, Litecoin never truly died. It's one of only a handful of OG coins still trading with active development, high security, and a functional use case. Litecoin may never be the flashiest project. It doesn't have billion-dollar NFT drops, layer 2 scaling drama, or a cult-like founder. But maybe that's the point. It's the old guard of crypto, a stable, secure, proven network that has outlived most of its peers. Charlie Li's decision to sell may still divide opinion, but his legacy as a builder is undeniable. Litecoin helped pioneer ideas like open-source community governance, no pre-mine fair, launch testbed for Bitcoin tech, real-world crypto payments. And now, with interest in stablecoins, cross-chain swaps, and even AI-driven crypto payments rising, Litecoin's low fees and speed make it a quiet contender for broader adoption. Despite its success, Litecoin has faced its fair share of criticism. Some call it Bitcoin's test dummy. Others argue that its development has stagnated. The Litecoin Foundation, while active, has nowhere near the resources of Ethereum or Solana's ecosystems. And then there's the issue of relevance. As NFTs, DeFi, and smart contracts took center stage, Litecoin struggled to define its role in the new crypto economy. But to its supporters, that's exactly the point. Litecoin doesn't try to be everything. It doesn't promise a metaverse or a blockchain revolution. It's simply sound, digital money, easy to use, hard to kill. Whether it eventually fades or sticks around another 10 years, it's already secured its place in crypto history. As of 2025, Litecoin has survived over 13 years of crypto cycles. It's endured the Mt. Gox collapse, the ICO bubble, the DeFi explosion, and regulatory crackdowns. With a current market cap hovering between $5 to $10 billion, Litecoin remains among the top 20 cryptocurrencies. It's integrated in ATMs, supported in PayPal, and used by millions globally for cross-border transfers. It's still mined, still upgraded, and still runs reliably. Most importantly, Litecoin has never gone offline. Not once. In an industry known for scams and rug pulls, that's no small achievement. Charlie Li, while less hands-on today, remains a respected figure. He continues to advise the Litecoin Foundation and speak at conferences around the world. So what's Charlie Li's legacy? He didn't get rich from an ICO. He didn't buy a Lambo. He didn't become a meme. Instead, he built something useful. His decision to sell his coin still sparks debate, but no one questions his technical contribution. He showed the world that crypto didn't have to be exclusive or experimental. It could be accessible and practical. Like Bitcoin, Litecoin was forged in the open. No pre-mine, no venture capital, just a guy with a keyboard and a conviction that money could be better. And in many ways, he succeeded. From a side project on Bitcoin Talk to a $25 billion market cap, Litecoin proved that being second can still mean success. In a market full of hype and high-stakes gambles, Litecoin is a quiet outlier. It doesn't chase headlines. It doesn't pivot every cycle, but it endures. Litecoin proves that in crypto, simplicity can be revolutionary. It reminds us that not every coin has to promise the world, some just have to work. If you enjoyed this origin story, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Stag Research, your go-to channel for business deep dives and founder legacies. Got a hot take on Litecoin's future? Drop it in the comments. Mr. Stag, logging off.